Going from ZZZ to Awake. Oh! You know, I didn't even think about that, but, that is what happened, you know? Kept getting naughty thoughts when they mentioned the clicker. Alan's getting clicker trained. Gosh. Alright, so, where were we in this game? Alan had a conversation with, let me see, after going through the hotel and the theater, or the hotel, Alan's had a conversation with Thomas Zane, who said that he was collaborating with Alan to create a companion film to his novel so that they could escape the dark place. After going through the hotel turned theater, we had a conversation with Mr. Dorr, and now Alan is going to talk to Zane again about trying to get out. Meanwhile, Alan in the real world, after having escaped the lake, was attacked by members of the cult who turned out to be Jaakko and Ilmo Koskela, and their members of their cult. Followed by the FBC taking over the case from Saga. Alex Casey is missing, and Saga plans to go to Valhalla Nursing Home to meet with Tor and Odin about what to do with the clicker and how to stop the horror story from coming true. I think that's it. I think we got it. I think we nailed it. I have a question. I have a question for all of y'all. Because I have, like, ADHD. I have executive dysfunction. I have a lot of trouble. Just doing things and getting things done. But Jaakko and Ilmo Koskela are making commercials. They have a motorcycle club. They build floats for the parade. They do adventure tours. They own a brewery where they make Alma beer. They own the Coffee World amusement park and the neighboring Lighthouse trailer park. And they run a cult? Where do they find the time to do it? How do they do this? Must be nice. Must be nice, right? Ugh. Aren't all those businesses failing? I mean, they're not particularly successful, but successful enough. Right? Cool. Have you tried just being a fictional character? You have to do a bad job at all those things. So that's an interesting thing. I do think that that's the case. I do think that they're doing a pretty bad job with all of their businesses. However, FK and I talked about this, and they brought up the idea of the Koskelas doing what's like commercial art, right? All of the things that the Koskelas are doing are kind of artistic endeavors. Building the floats, making motorcycle jackets, even creating like the rides and standees and stuff for Coffee World. Like, there's a lot of art that's involved in what they're doing. It's just that it's not art made with any kind of like inspiration or passion. it's purely the bare minimum that they can get away with for profit, right? It feels like the art that the Koskeles do is entirely commercial. And the funny thing about that is that I don't think the Dark Presence can use it. Like, the Dark Presence isn't using the Koskeles art to become real. It's not manifesting through that. All these things kind of don't need to involve a lot of interactions. The theme park will have employees that run at the trailer park and just be handled by handymen or just not being handled. The commercials are just fun, and the coffee can be manufactured elsewhere. And is manufactured elsewhere. Locally, in Colombia. Yeah. Yeah, it's not really the product, it's the impulse, the spark. Right. Which is why I think that, like, I don't think that the Dark Presence could use AI art. Because there isn't any creative spark, there isn't any ingenuity, there isn't any passion. It's not, it doesn't have any of the things that make something, the intangible things that make something art. It's just a product. I think that the blonde brother is also just too strong-willed. The other brother is too down-to-earth. I think there is passion, mostly just, like, the start of passion. A little bit, I think there's passion, not necessarily with the creation of any of the art, but just to have it done. What if you could poison it with AI art? Well, maybe that question is answered in Alan Wake 2's DLC, The Lake House. Ooh, yeah. Right. Forgot I was just gonna get attacked by 14 werewolves. Out here. Cool. Sitting at home drinking wine like an asshole. I have not picked up a lot of health items this game, that's fine. That's not a big deal. Ooh, I'm gonna do this thing now and then just starts it.
To be my family. I know Logan and I never lived here. But I don't know enough about my family history to say they're not my relatives. Mom only ever said my grandfather was bad news. The less I knew about him, the better.
I see you. The other kind of ADHD issue? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We never see...
Vote Mayor Setter to sit in office.
Ilmo feels like he's got manic phases. A lot. And yeah, it feels a little bit ADHD. Saga had slid into a nightmare. A growing amount of evidence that her daughter was dead. Saga couldn't accept that. Wake said it could be undone, but Wake was gone. In custody of the Federal Bureau of Control. Casey, her only ally, was gone too. She was alone. Agent Estevez had pulled rank on her, stonewalled her, shut her out of her own case. Saga refused to give up. She needed answers. Torrin Odin Anderson would have a family visit then. No one would blame her for that. Saga was trapped in a horror story. It was manifesting itself around her like the darkness of a mental illness, pushing her deeper and deeper. There's two... fan theory the Punk Bunny had when playing this is that Setter is actually a dog who's running for mayor. You can meet Mayor Setter in this game. If you find all of the booths, Mayor Setter appears in the town of Watery in Chapter 6. I don't know if we're going to do it in this playthrough. But you can meet Mayor Setter. And they are the best. So interestingly, this is one of the pages that doesn't have any edits to it, which I think are written by Wake and not Scratch. We found out last time that Scratch is the one who wrote Return, which we're finding pages of, right? And that the edits are being done by Wake. I think this is one of the new pages that Wake wrote. This house is very cozy. Kind of like it. It's a shame it's haunted as fuck.
It's a little late for visitors, you know. I was just getting the...
Hi, Rose.
Saga? What's up? Hello, Rose. Thought I'd swing by, see the family. Not a bad time, is it?
Oh, no. I was just, tidying I'm so glad you're visiting again, Saga. But Odin and Tor can't see anyone today.
Tor just called me, though.
I was just on the phone with Tor. He invited me over.
Sorry. They had a little too much fun on our trip to Watery and need to rest.
I need an excuse to get in and talk to them. That's too bad. Okay if I say hi to the other residents before I go?
Sure. They always love visitors. Come on in. Not smart to be outside when the sun goes down.
What does that mean?
I love the architecture.
What does she mean by that?
I always dreamed of living in a haunted Victorian manor.
You say that like it's your first time here.
Here's some of our residents, or as I like to call them, our little Vikings. Look who swung by, everyone. Norman, clothes. Norman, we have a visitor. Where are your clothes?
I'm headed back to the sauna with Artie.
Just another day in Valhalla. I should really get back to work, Saga. But feel free to spend some time with Mandy May and Norman here. It's good for them to have company.
Tor and Odin are here somewhere. Need to find them.
There we go. Notice my color correction is off. There we go. Her behavior is strange even for her. Yes, she's definitely hiding something. One of the things I want to say about this game is that... I need to stop saying that. Something that I think this game is doing is trying to replicate the feeling of mental illness. I think that that's a thing that this game is interested in creating the sensation of. There's parts of things like depression that cause confusion in a sense of time. There's things like schizophrenia where telling the difference between like fiction and reality becomes difficult. There's a lot of different things that could cause that. And I don't think this game is trying to recreate any of those specifically. But I do think this game is interested in creating that feeling for the audience.
One of the things I find interesting is Bun. Lucky
That's
Bun
not
too.
that. I don't know if Bun's very interesting, honestly. But I think this game wants to create some confusion in the player. in regards to that kind of thing, it makes you want to question your, I'm gonna use the word sanity, even though I don't really like it. Yeah. Yeah, it's trying to get you off kilter. It's trying to make you question your sense of time and memory and events and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. Your sense of reality is a better way of putting it.
Do either of you know where I could find Tor and Odin?
Odin is sleeping upstairs, but your grandpa's been acting crazy. He got electrocuted when he smashed the telephone.
Don't make up stories. Tor went loopy and smacked himself in the head with that hammer he's always carrying around.
Tor is hurt. Something's wrong with him. Was Tor hurt badly?
He never let go of that hammer when he got electrocuted. It looked like a bolt of lightning hit him. Wham! Zap!
Thank goodness Blum took the hammer away from him. It's not Tor's hammer, no matter what he keeps saying. Blum has his moments, even if he is a Russian.
Mandy May.
Mandy
You
May.
can't say stuff like that.
That's some fascinating network, Mandy May. What's your inspiration?
I don't know. It is what it wants to be. Taking a break from making those little ornaments for Rose. Do you knit?
I dabbled when I was pregnant. Socks, mittens, the usual stuff.
Oh, how about knitting me some underwear?
One more crude remark from you, Norman, and I'll put this needle in your ear.
Even on an in-game level, it's trying to make you feel like maybe the in-game reality really has changed or not. We may know things that are changing around Saga, but we're wondering if the game is trying to gaslight her, or if the game reality really has changed. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And there are things that we experience one way and then another way. Like, for instance, the first time we met Ilmo, he doesn't seem to know us. He asks what our name is. He's, comments on our sweater. There's sort of a get to know you kind of thing the first time we meet him when we're in, the woods near, Cauldron Lake. Yeah, he's disappointed that you're Swedish. Understandable. But then when we see him in Watery, before we go to Coffee World, then he seems like he knows us, he's known us for like a decade. There is definitely a tangible change that occurs between those 2 points. And yeah, the game absolutely wants... The world is gaslighting Saga in a way that is creepy and manipulative and scary, honestly.
Are you planning to go watch the Deer Fest parade, Mandy May?
And sit in a crowd of noisy drunks all day? I'd rather stick this knitting needle in my ear.
Okay, Mandy May.
Ati, this is your home. You don't need to keep cleaning.
Hi, Ati.
I take that mop away, but I know you'll just find it again.
Kyllä, kyllä. But once after being told no. Why rest when you are bored to work? Eikö niin?
And you know Mr. Blum doesn't like it when you take his work clothes. Why don't you go pick a song from the jukebox?
Yes, box Holy Ray. Just thinking about it makes my dance foot waggle. Kyllä näin on.
I love him. Oh, the old gods equipment. Where's everybody going? Bingo?
Hello there. Saga Anderson.
Eipä siinä. Name won't make the man worse. Even a Swedish name. I'm Ahti.
anything good on that jukebox?
We try to do good, but only Prime comes out. Music from my Swedish brothers, old gods of Asgard. My pals, the Berkele Vikings. Berkele.
Do you know where I could find the Andersons?
Oh, you can never know where. Only a seaman can know that. But even the seaman can't know everything.
Fair enough. Thanks anyway.
Do you know where I could find some sailors?
Were you in the band?
Minäkö? No. Perkele saatana, en. Not so much sweet that it fills the whole stomach. But we have shared a stage or two. Näin se menee, että the lazy man gets ready when he eats, and gets chilly when he works.
You said I'd been here before. When was the last time I visited? Let's see exactly what she thinks she remembers.
Oh, it's been years. We were all so sad when you left. After the accident.
Oh, fuck this. My daughter didn't drown. You're remembering wrong. She's at home watching Night Springs with her father.
Mm-hmm.
It's useless. I need to stop the story.
All right. I want to talk about that little dismissive Okay. Here's the thing. At first blush, that seems like a really asshole move from Rose. It's really dismissive. It's really, oh sure, honey, kind of a thing. I do want to stick up for her just a little bit, though. And talk about why it's really interesting that she does that. It implies Saga's been saying that for a long time. Not necessarily. I think what's going on here is Rose is working in a nursing home. I'm sure she hears weird shit all the time. This is a little bit of a coping mechanism. This is a little bit of a learned behavior. Because sometimes it's easier to do that than to try to argue with somebody else's understanding of reality, I suppose I would say. For instance, my grandmother had Alzheimer's, and saying is sometimes a much easier conversation. Especially with these residents who are also kind of weirdos. In a good way. In a positive. Are we doing the radio side quests? No, I'm not doing any of the side quests, but they are interesting and I do recommend them. And are all affected by the story. Yeah.
Mandy May and Norman said Tor is hurt. Why didn't you mention that earlier?
Oh, you mean the little bump on his noggin? It's nothing. The residents like to exaggerate.
Uh-huh. I need to check Tor's room.
Can we talk about the DLCs yet?
I thought Artie put on a wonderful performance this afternoon.
Not too many spoilers, but a little bit. Oh, haunted chair.
Hello, Jaakko. Looks like another perfect morning in paradise. I agree, Ilmo. A perfect morning for me to drink this coffee I'm holding. Oh shit, this coffee is shit.
My morning is ruined.
Jaakko, did you just drink a regular brand coffee? I did. My perfect morning is ruined. And all because of your shit coffee. If only we could have good coffee.
If only.
Hey, what's that sound?
Oh dear.
Ilmo, look, it's the Bright Falls blended organic coffee from Old Deer Diner. Oh, wow. I've heard that the health benefits of this coffee include increased energy, improved eyesight, better lovemaking, and deeper
There's no
connection
proven
to
effect
animals.
on eyesight, sex
With a
drive.
thermos full of hot coffee close at hand, you are always prepared for what comes next. How does it taste, Jaakko? I feel like $1 million. Thanks, Old Deer Diner Coffee. Bright Falls
Thanks.
Blend Organic Coffee is brewed with care right here in the Pacific Northwest from coffee beans that are sourced locally in Puerto Rico. Try it today at Coffee World and the Old Deer Diner, and don't forget to try the delicious brunch special this month only for Deer Fest.
In Puerto Rico. Who was growing coffee? Oh, never mind. Yeah. All right. So here's here's that Alan Wake standee from the first game. Rose kept it, which is great. This is her little shrine to Alan. I love her fucking little anime drawings. Oh my god. Those fucking Bishonen ass Alan Wake. Alan Wake, the bad boy of fiction. Who doesn't have an Alan Wake shrine? Just me then? I like how she's got a flashlight. Typewriter. I'll bet this was a mug that he drank from. Hmm. That's a smidge bit creepy. Just a little bit. In this game he looks hot and disheveled, but in the first game he looked like an asshole who does coke a lot. A little bit, yeah. Do you think that's a manuscript?
There's another lunchbox.
That paper's blank, or is it a stack of manuscript pages? I'm pretty sure it's blank. Inventory full. I don't want an inventory full. Good. Okay. I just needed some health items. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that paper is blank, but I'm not sure what Rose sees on it. Could be anything.
This is
honestly.
Tor's room.
Damn, he fucked this place up good.
More moonshine. Was this a drunken rampage? This place is a mess. And Tor's not here. I need to keep looking.
Balance slays the demon. You know that one. This casual use of the phrase drunken rampage. They're rock stars, you know.
Odin's in bad shape. He was drunk and watery. Or is this something more serious?
Sea of Night. To drink from the cup of the wise one, for wisdom to be a seer. I gave up my eye, in the light of the moon, to shine and see. The many worlds to madness and beyond, across the dark and dreaming sea, the branching paths of the tree. I gave up my eyes so many times. We have lived and died and been reborn. We have met here before, and will keep on meeting still. Parts of this, like the tree and giving up the eye, allude to, like, mythological concepts. Like Odin, who dropped his eye into Mimir's well to gain the ability to see. The tree referring to Yggdrasil, the world tree. But also I like the pun of the moon to shine, alluding to the moonshine. Kind of cute. Where did I put the eye? Before time I gave it to Mimir to drink from the well of wisdom. The cauldron. 1976. I took it out myself to see, drank the moonshine. 1988. He who stands on the threshold took it from me. The time will come again to be writ again. He who stands on the threshold is an interesting turn of phrase. Referring to the cauldron is probably Cauldron Lake.
Can you hear me, Odin?
You mean like a door? I do mean like a door. No.
Odin Addison? Can you hear me? I need to ask you a couple of questions. Odin? He's in no shape to talk.
Let's profile. Hey, FK, how you
Odin's
doing?
in rough shape. What happened to him?
These are our twilight years. There's darkness in the water. We have our little tricks. And so do you.
What's happening? It's never felt this way before.
You're all grown up, Saga, dearest. And you're back just in time. The forces of darkness are eating away at us. We're too old and weak. You have the power in you, like all Andersons.
What was that? He wasn't a projection. Odin was really here. We were connected. Are they really my family? Is that why this is happening?
Power to rock!
I've never connected to someone like this in my mind place before. How is this happening?
I was glad to answer your call. Vikings are born travelers. You are a seer. You can see the truth. But your grandpa will want to tell you more himself. Wouldn't want to steal his thunder. Tor is in danger. You can save him.
Is my mind place more than just a mental technique? Sometimes my mind place even baffles me. Is this the reason? Is there something more than intuition behind it? One thing at a time. Tor is in trouble. Once I help him, he can maybe tell me more.
This might be a hot take, but I think the Saga Mainface stuff is too often Deus Ex Machina. I prefer she solved mysteries conventionally. I can understand that. Here's a couple of things, though. One of which is this is not a conventional mystery, because the fabric of reality itself is conforming itself to a story, so the only way to have control over it, or in order to weave through it, is to make it into a story of your own creation, which is a form of art. It's a form of storytelling. And that's what Saga's Mind Place is. It's not a technique of profiling and evidence. It's weaving it's weaving a story out of the events at hand. It's literally psychic powers, but it's a form of art that she's able to use to influence reality. The same way that Alan can use his writing, she can use it to create stories. I love this twist so much. They're like, hey, profiling is kind of like a bullshit, it's kind of a bullshit technique that is represented in a bunch of, like, police media as one thing, which is basically narrative convenience and psychic powers. So you're not going to question it when it shows up in this game, and then it turns out it's actually psychic powers. I think this is fucking awesome. I think this is so good. Saga's the perfect character to put in this story because the story can't affect her. She is able to weave her own narratives because she sees into the meta. She's able to recognize the narrative unfolding because she's outside the story. She's not just a creator of art, she's a reader, she's a seer, she's a viewer, she's a consumer of the art, just as much as the player is. I love that Saga never really got it before. Yeah, that this is a revelation to her too is cool. It's awesome. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I think the only way to overcome the story that's unfolding here is for a character like Saga to become the hero of it. There's no way Alan can do this, he's too affected by the story. There's no way that Casey could do this, he's too affected by the story. The way that Scratch wrote the story didn't include Saga. It was about Casey. And that's why the Dark Presence was able to escape. A character like Saga, who can see the narrative and be unaffected by it, or not necessarily unaffected, but who can see and recognize the tropes and metaphors and systems, who can analyze the story as a viewer of it, is the only way that this story reaches a happy outcome. I do wonder if all this stuff is heredity, as it implied the fact that all Andersons can do this, and Saga would have had a double dose of it, both from her mom and from her presumed dad. So, she inherited, presumably, these powers of being a seer from her mom's side of the family. She inherited a different power from her dad's side of the family, and we will see what that is later.
I found a photograph of you with the cultists. How are you involved?
We're too old for this brand of crazy, but we'll drink with anyone who's offering. The cult's been on our asses to join for years, but we already have our band, and those damn fools don't know what they're dealing with. No wonder they want a pair of legends.
Torn Odin are not part of the cult. The cult thinks there's something special about Torn Odin. I'm starting to see it too.
Darkness is one weakness. YouTube reviewers. It me. Oh no.
You said Tor is in danger. What's going on?
Darkness is drawn to the spark. Tor only thinks with his hammer, never
Oh my goodness.
his head.
Hi, Alex.
The Prince of fucking Darkness is making a comeback. Tor's marked by darkness.
Oh, that guy
I
was
can
dead.
feel it. Is he in his room?
Did he mean
It
Ozzy?
wants to take him, and then take me. Beware of Cynthia Weaver. Bad things happen in the wellness center. Don't let her drag him under, Saga.
Does Prince of Darkness refer to Scratch? Is Tor becoming taken? I need to find him before it's too late. Stop this before more people get hurt.
Alex, I hope you had a lovely stream today. I hope you had a great time. Thank you so much for bringing your friends in. How have you been? Oh my goodness. I love the running theme of no matter how old they get, they're just rebellious and unruly. I love that they were like the cult head beer we party. yeah, basically. It's great. Hey Chiara, how you doing?
I found Wake's clicker. What can you tell me about it?
Cut off from Tom's lamp. It washed to the shore. Good work getting the light switch. The light switch is like an amp. You can play rock and roll without it, but you won't blow anyone away. Art, like Tom's writing, can change the world. But the light switch will crank that change to 11.
The clicker has the power to change the story. To save Logan. This confirms what Wake said. I can't let Scratch get his hands on the clicker. By Tom's writing, Odin must mean Wake.
Webster is the synonym for Weaver? Interesting. Don't forget to clear train your authors. yeah. So, thinking about the clicker itself. What does the clicker do? Right? It takes a work of art and solidifies it into reality. We wind up doing this to a greater and lesser extent with light in these games. Take the enemies, for example, the Taken. They're shadowy and formless and kind of vague impressions until we shine light on them, and then they become solid. They become recognizable. We can see them for what they are, and we can interact with them in a way that makes sense. The clicker winds up doing the same thing. It takes something that is fiction and turns it into something tangible. I want to talk a little bit about empiricism. I want to talk a little bit about Hume. Hume asked the question, where do ideas come from? How do we have ideas in our head? How do they get there? What are they about? And he came up with this idea of empiricism, and I'm going to summarize it poorly, okay? I recommend taking a philosophy course. I don't recommend listening to a fucking streamer talk about this, but let's go. Okay, so Hume basically said that ideas are things in our head that are vague, intangible, and conceptual. And they are created by things called impressions. When you see something in the world, it creates an impression of itself in your head. You see a thing, you think of the thing, impressions are tangible, they're solid, they're recognizable, and then when you try to remember those impressions, they become ideas. Ideas are just, memories of an impression, and there are simple and complex ideas. A simple idea is something like a color. If you see a color, you remember it, you can drag it up later. Or like a simple shape, something like that. Complex ideas are two or more of these ideas synthesized into a single thing. You can combine them. So you can think of a green circle. If you've seen green before, if you've seen a circle before, you can synthesize these ideas into your head and create a green circle. You can imagine that, right? But if you've never seen a green before, that becomes, according to Hume, impossible. Can't do that. Can't imagine green out of nothing. Can't imagine a circle out of nothing. If you don't have these impressions, you can't create these ideas, right? What I like is the idea that this game has, sort of a philosophy in this game, is that there are ideas in it that then become impressions. They work the other way around. Things in the dark place, or like the dark presence itself, are formless, vague, and intangible ideas. But in order to turn them into reality, to turn them into impressions, you have to shine light upon them. It's something that in the real world, or that Hume would argue is impossible, right? To take an idea and turn it into an impression rather than the other way around. But I think that that's one of the things that this game likes to play with. The idea that there are, ideas or thoughts or fictions that we're able to then turn into real things. Go around just the other way, It's like try to imagine a new color and your mind just kind of goes blank. Yeah, Hume brings up a counterexample of something like this, where you have a series of shades of blue in sequence, with one of them missing, and try to imagine the blue that's missing in this sequence, even if you've never seen it before. And is that possible? And if it is possible, aren't you just synthesizing two different blues into the new one? Like you're kind of just creating a complex idea out of a simple one? Anyway, it's... The shadows on the cave wall form the objects casting them. Yes! Yeah, exactly. There's a violation of causation that this game really likes to play with. An idea that there are thoughts, ideas, and fictions that then become tangible objects. If we think about Plato's cave, where our experiences of the world are merely shadows on the wall of a cave created by objects that exist in reality, we would see the shadow on the wall, and the shadow itself would be creating the object that cast it. Yeah. That's an idea this game plays with. It's very good. I really like it. This also leans into the Jungian stuff, doesn't it? The collective unconscious, where we draw things from. You can definitely make those parallels, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think Jung was after Hume by quite a bit. But if I remember right, I might not. I'm probably just stupid. Yeah, Jung would probably argue that things in the collective unconscious are those vague and formless ideas. and that the only way to solidify them into reality is to interpret them through their persona and the shadow. Your own self-conception is able to take those ideas out of the unconscious and bring them into the conscious. It's more a contrast here, like, it's a chicken and egg question. For sure. And the game brings this up not just, like, metaphorically, but literally. Like, did Tom Zane change Alan Wake's life in order to facilitate the game, the narrative of the first game? Or did Alan Wake write Tom Zane into existence in order to be a plot device in his story? You know? Zane and Wake are those chicken and egg, you know? And we will never get a clear answer of if one created or influenced the other, or to what extent. Because the answer is probably very messy both. There's probably a lot of both. Fucking ads. Oh, I'm so sorry. Ugh.
Torrin Odin might know something about the clicker. With Wake out of reach, this is my best lead.
Zane and Wake are those Escher hands drawing each other? Totally! Yeah. That's a good way of putting it. I do believe that Sam Lake does have an answer to that question in mind.
Makes sense.
I do not believe he will ever tell us. Possibly. He also might
The
not.
clicker makes Wake's writing change reality. Can I trust him with that much power? Not sure I have a choice.
There also might not just be a solid answer to that, you know? Because there doesn't really need to be.
Okay. Tor is not okay. Something is definitely going on here.
If he tells us he will lie and tell multiple lies in different interviews. Yeah. Zane Wake relationship was 3 question marks and Alan Wake 1. This game turned it into a 27 question mark. Yeah. It's great, isn't it? Oh, man. So, I just want to say, there is a whole lot of content in this game that I'm not looking at during this playthrough. I'm trying to play this game in a reasonable amount of time, so that Matt doesn't have too much footage to go over, and I keep pausing it and talking like this, which is probably super annoying for him. So, I'm gonna recommend that y'all go out and play this game yourself. I highly recommend it. There's a bunch of side quests, there's a bunch of collectibles, there's a whole thing about the FBC doing experiments into fairy tales. There's a whole radio show you can listen to, and a bunch of weirdness about that. It's great. There's all of the case board stuff is way more in depth than I have been putting work into. I do recommend, and I'm not going to play the DLCs either, so those are also great. So, yeah, just letting you know, if you watch this, there's still plenty of stuff in this game that you haven't seen. Gonna sleep? Have a good night, Sophie. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. My motorcycle is also a werewolf.
Always dreamed of seeing New York in a fancy hotel.
Okay, so we'll just assume everyone has seen the previous video, played the game, and we talk about it more. Yeah. Okay. I want to talk about Cynthia Weaver real quick. You might recognize the name Cynthia Weaver as a character from Alan Wake 1. She was the lamp lady. She shows up at the beginning of the game in the diner, and she's also running the power plant where she keeps Thomas Zane's shoebox because she had a big old crush on him. Rose is to Alan Wake as Cynthia Weaver was to Thomas Zane. What is Bun's take on TF? Depends. Perma? Or just temporary? What are you talking about? Because I'm down with perma TF. Temp's fine too. Sure. Alright, yeah, I'm good with this, yeah. The what lady? TF'd into a Benorb. Hester! Hope you're doing well. I am doing pretty well. How are you? So yeah, you may recognize Cynthia Weaver from the first game. She was the lamp lady. She had, I would say, a slightly unhealthy attraction to Thomas Zane. In that it made her very resentful of Barbara Jagger. However, we have seen her in this game already. During Alan Wake's story, we saw Cynthia Weaver in the bathtub. She was the lead actress in the play that they were putting on in the hotel.
Did you see that? TF in the coffee.
In the coffee. And that is why, in the dialogue just now, she said, always wanted to see New York, stay in a fancy hotel. Because we have seen her there. I'm also playing this game. It's my first playthrough. Rad! I hope I'm not spoiling anything. Sorry, my light just got whomped on the way home. Oh no. Jump scare, by the way.
This will put a smile back on your face, my dear.
Sorry?
White void with no sense of up or down.
She's one of them. There must be an overlap here somewhere.
Matt, when you're editing this, if you could include a clip from Darkseid 2 of the mom saying, this will explain everything. Please do so. That would be great. Gonna late breakfast? Nice. Rad. Spent half her time in the previous game terrified of the dark, putting light bulbs religiously only to end up taken. Yeah. We will find out how.
Tor's in the wellness center, isn't he?
No, he's... Well, yes, but you really shouldn't go in there right now.
I'm gonna need you to unlock the door. This is FBI business.
It's just... There's some things that, Yes, okay. I'll let
There's
you
bad
in.
things happening in the wellness
Thank you,
center.
Rose.
I just have ideas I don't remember after all. This happens to me all the time.
Watch out for puddles. You can hurt yourself in the dark.
Right. Thanks. That lady is a
Thanks.
walking red flag.
No kidding. I'm glad she let us through here. However, It is weird that she let us through. If she knows what's going on in the wellness center. It's a little bit irresponsible that she let us go in here.
Dark. Empty. Be ready, Saga.
Hello? Tor? It's Saga Anderson.
Honestly, if I didn't like Rose, I might consider it attempted murder. Yeah. Yeah, right? I do like Rose, though. Locals. Dairy creams. Ooh. Ooh, I want the chili spicy. Everything okay here? Doc, Rose and me found Mr. Anderson knocked out on the floor by the phone. Burns on hand and cut on head. He was out cold, so brought him here. Been acting strange all week.
Tor was here.
Take good care, he's VIP.
He's hurt pretty bad. But he tore off his bandages. Why?
Chad, who still carries cash? I carry a couple bucks with me. I carry a couple bucks in my bag. Tor Anderson had lightning in his veins. This was rock and roll, baby. That Weaver girl had cast a spell on him. Tor would do anything she'd ask. Tor deserved this. Tor wanted this. She wanted the song, a gift. He had to get it for her. Afterwards, it was too late. Tor swung his hammer in frustration. The spark was gone. Black liquid clogged his mind. A bad trip. He fought it. He was strong. He'd never be taken, but the darkness could still drown him. Tor needed to warn someone. It was all happening again. Tom was back. Coming back. Tom would need help, too, if he was going to make it. But the brothers were too old to stop it this time. Tor had called someone who could help. The name escaped him, drowned beneath dark water. So, now that we know that Alan is writing the edits and Scratch wrote the original manuscript, we can see these instances where Alan's writing is creating an entrance to the overlap. Alan's writing is saving Tor from whatever the manuscript originally had planned for him, right? Because he's included here, Tor fought it. He was strong, he'd never be taken, but the darkness could still drown him. So he can't make it not a threat anymore, right? He can't make Tor safe because that goes against the story. But he can make it so that, Tor is safe until Saga gets here. He also includes mentions of the song, which is the key that gets Saga into the overlap. So he's creating a way out of this little narrative cul-de-sac. So we're not just watching Tor be taken. We're able to find a way to save him. I wasn't sure if it was Alan making the edits. Thank you for clarifying this. Yeah, for sure. It implies that Tor called Saga here, which he did. He called her on the phone at the end of last stream.
Must be locked from the other side.
I forget, did we go through here?
Tor, wait!
Hey, Tor.
It's me!
Having a normal one.
Oh, come on.
Creepy. Oh, a deer. So the idea of overlaps are really interesting. What they are, what they mean for the plot threads, the voices of different writers, meeting of creator and audience. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. They are fascinating. And a really cool idea. Also, this imagery of the deer and the fawn comes up a lot. We saw it in part of the subway during Alan's story, where they were being pursued by a hunter. We heard about it in a poem, The Deer and the Owl. Obviously on Saga's sweater. And in her mind place. Basically, anytime you see a deer, you should think Saga Anderson. Really need to make that sweater. I believe they put out instructions for making the sweater.
Can't be opened on this side.
It's actually kind of interesting to think about. Assuming Scratch's original manuscript did just have Tor getting taken, it seems the Dark Presence might have an affinity for simple, direct endings, but that's not a story. It's like you said, the narrative cul-de-sac for Tor to just get taken. It doesn't go anywhere as a narrative. Alan's edits save Tor, but it also keeps the story going. Yeah, I think so. I think, part of this is that I don't think the Dark Presence is very creative. I don't think it has the ability to imagine very much. And so when the Dark Presence is inhabiting Alan, when it has become Scratch, I don't think he's very good at writing. Dark Presence could do Mad Libs at best. Yeah, kind of. Yeah. I got myself all turned around. I should probably just look at the map, but I think I know where I'm going now. It's through this door, isn't it? Nailed it. Okay, I want to accept the worst somehow. Yeah, much. Anytime you see a deer, you should think Saga Anderson. It's like being friends with furries. Yeah. Anytime I see one of my friends' personas in a picture, just send it to them.
This door needs a knob.
A riffle.
A security computer. Needs a password. And a warrant, technically. But hey, desperate times.
Desperate times. I guess. Vladimir Bloom.
The Koskela brothers aren't just in the cult. They're its damn leaders.
Why Bloom goes so far, camera right? So, Bloom, we've heard about before, because he's, the janitor. Ati stole his clothes. And he's the one where Mandy May called him a Russian. And said it like a slur. But, This guy's in the fucking cult. Do not start a cult, but if you do, please don't sign your invitation letters. You have been accepted into the prestigious ranks of our most hallowed organization. As such, you will join our noble cause and be privy to our most guarded secrets. The ceremony will take place the day after the next new moon, as is tradition. The Cult of the Tree welcomes you.
Day, then month. He uses European formatting.
1508. So August 15th is when his acceptance letter arrived. The new moon after that would be the 16th. 1608-23. Did I get it wrong? Next moon. August 16th. 1608-23. What did I do wrong? Oh, 816? I think so. This is European formatting, right? My acceptance letter has arrived. Oh, the day after the next new moon. I'm sorry. There we go.
And the doors are open.
So I can read it twice. Why'd you take the doorknob to my personal room? I am sick of old people tricks. You bring it back so I can get my rifle. I'm supposed to go on deer hunt tomorrow. If you don't, I will hunt you instead. Tor and Odin would be ideal candidates for the cult. Please try harder to recruit them. Try harder. I'm a little doorknob that's out of place, but solve these clues and you can trace the way to your private space. I meet you at the Greet, inside a bright glassy cage where pretty flowers bloom.
There's Tor, and he's out of his mind.
Oh my god, look at him go!
Need to get to him.
Fuck it up, Tor! Yeah! Is that FMV? It looks like FMV. That's cute. It's getting the locos for the people. Free the locos. Alright, pretty flowers. Glass cage. Inside the Greet. That makes sense, right? Knob. Crap. I need to find a shoebox. Means the cameras can't capture taken? You'd think they could? Can they not? I'm gonna keep that healing kit on me right here. Just in case. I think I prefer to have it around. We have knobbed the door. Ilmo was nervous, his palms were clammy. He lowered his phone. Mulligan isn't picking up. Yako shook his head. Pointed at his own phone. Same with Thornton. Ilmo didn't like it. No one was answering the phone at the workshop in Water either. Something was up. It had to be the writer. Had to be. The Koskela brothers were crouching in the bushes across from the Elderwood Palace Lodge, its lights shining in the night. They couldn't wait any longer. The brothers knew Saga was in Watery, visiting her trailer. Going now was their only chance to do this without hurting her. Ilmo stood up, and a crowd of deer masks looked his way. Okay, this is it. The writer is the target. Take him down and it's all over. Only shoot the Fed if you have to. This is our big moment. We watch in the night. The crowd murmured the chant back to him. Ilmo turned to face the hotel. He could see Saga's partner in the window. Ilmo slapped his brother on the shoulder. The brothers donned their masks. The cult of the tree was ready. This is interesting that there's no edits on this page, because it implies that Alan wrote this into the story? And it's about the cult attacking him. Why would he write in a scene where he is attacked by the cult because of his own writing?
Rest easy, buddy.
Pit to the deer. Self-harm? Possibly. Or maybe something else. Alright.
Shit!
Gravity.
Check it out. It's one of the best enemy designs in this whole fucking game. That's so cool.
Wearing Blum's coveralls again!
Whoa. Terrified me when I first saw it, understandably. I think this is Bloom, by the way.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I think that's Vladimir Bloom. Visual effect is something I never thought I'd see in my life when I first played it. It's reflected like in water. It's so cool. The puddles, the janitor reflected.
Need to catch up with Tor.
Limu, lime lemon. Ah, so fresh.
This must have been Tor's.
Hamburger. Hamburg. I love a Hamburg. I also love this scene. This is great.
Tor Anderson, you come out of here this minute. That water is bad for you. Tor, wait! Cynthia Weaver, I know it's you. This kind of behavior is not okay. Let him go, Tor!
This is unacceptable. Cynthia. You tell her, Rose. She's gonna pout. Thank you for trying, Rose. I appreciate it. It's just like, shoot. Rose is so good.
What was that? Where did Tor go?
What on earth do you mean, Saga? Tor is resting in the wellness center. Remember?
What? We both saw him go into the pond.
Okay.
Are you fucking with me, or is this the story again?
Now. Let's cool it with the language.
She's clearly lying to me. Why?
Let's cool it with the language.
Rose watched Tor go into the pond. Why is she lying to me?
The secret mission for Alan's #1 fan. The hero will say Wake has returned. We're all characters in his story. Gee whiz.
I'm not his fucking character. But I can use that phrase to make Rose stop lying to me. Wake has returned.
Rose, that's unhealthy.
Cynthia took Tor. What happened to her?
When the darkness touches your head, your bookshelf gets shuffled. I put her lamp in the shoebox. What do you call a lamp lady without her lamp?
Is Rose talking about Cynthia or herself? Or both?
Okay. So, problem.
Gee whiz.
Thank you, Bowser. So, okay. I love Rose. However, Rose is implied to be responsible for what happened to Cynthia Weaver. There's a reason she did it, though. So, Rose stole the lamp, Tom Zane's lamp, from Cynthia, which left her vulnerable to the dark presence, and put it in a shoebox so that Alan Wake could use it to solve those, like, light puzzles that we experience in Alan Wake's chapters. She's the reason that the light shows up in the dark place, and the reason that Cynthia became taken.
Rose. Wake has returned.
Oh my God. You're the hero! You're here to save Alan! I feel so silly for trying to keep you out of the wellness center. I locked Tor and Gale in there after they lost it, and I didn't want you getting hurt. Before I forget, here's the page Wake told me to give you. Oh, and you'll need my keys to get around.
She's very helpful now. Yeah, Alan. Sure. Alright. What I like about this is that she's Alphys, kind of, yeah. So, what I like about this is there's an implication that one of the reasons that she was kind of dismissive, kind of gaslighty, one of the reasons she was trying to keep you out of the wellness center is just because she kind of has experience with people just not believing her. because everybody kind of sees her as a weirdo. So she is aware of a lot of the stuff that's going on here. She's aware of the dark place and the Taken. She seems to be aware of Alan and the story, but nobody believes her about it, so she doesn't tell people. That's why she's been hiding it from you. Not necessarily because it's a secret, but because you wouldn't have believed her if you weren't a part of it.
Saga jabbed the selector on the jukebox, the missing record in its place. Saga couldn't have found it without Odin's help. A light bloomed in through the garden window.
The horror story beat me to Tor. I have to rescue him.
Because
the
she's
key to this
I mean, she is
an old Gods of Asgard record. Odin will know more. What happened to Tor just now?
Cynthia took him. Ugh, I knew someone was messing with Tor's head. There's something wrong with the water here. Pipes acting up, black stuff coming out. Cynthia's probably behind that, too.
Does Cynthia have any connection to the cult of the tree?
Oh no, she's way too frail for that. But she used to be this town's best defense against the forces of darkness. Well, after Alan. But I guess it finally got her.
Weird stuff coming out of the pipes. Slime. That's probably because of Vigo. He is Vigo. You are like the buzzing of flies to him.
Wake is in custody. How have you been in contact with him?
He leaves me messages in funny places, like the newspaper, books. Once he even wrote to me with a cloud. If it's something really important, he tells me in a dream.
Okay. And what does he say to you with these clouds?
Ways I can help him, how I can stay safe, good dinner recipes, ways to kill Taken, lots of stuff. I've been finding some pages of writing lately too, so he must be working on a new book. Exciting.
Very exciting. Wake tells you how to kill Taken?
Wake tells you how to kill Taken?
Oh, sure. You're the hero, so you must know all about it. All you need is a strong light, and then your conventional methods of extreme violence. Simple stuff. The tough part is hiding the bodies.
I honestly don't know how to react to this.
Just doing my part, sister.
Couple things. So Taken don't leave bodies. Or I've never seen them leave bodies. Rose? Oh no. Look, she needs a hobby, okay? Yeah. Okay. I love Rose. I think she's great. I do think that she's meant to be, they're doing something interesting with the character, what is that Stephen King novel about the writer who's kidnapped by his biggest fan? Oh my god, why can't I remember? Oh, Misery, yes. Yeah, in the first game, Rose was kind of the character from Misery. That's kind of what she was doing, in that story.
Bun, do you find it interesting?
Here's the thing. Anyway, cut that out. In the first game, she's doing a misery to Alan.
Look, if the bodies disappear, that makes them very hard to hide yourself.
You know what? That is true. In the second game, they're going a little bit of a different direction with the character. They're adding a little bit more to her. She's kind of interesting to me. I think that her relationship with Alan is really unhealthy because it's sort of a rejection of herself as an individual. Because she's just like, oh, we're all characters in Alan's story, including me. I'm excited to be a character in Alan's story. I love that. That's great. Have some self-respect. Rose, you're better than that. Yeah. That's one. Two, there's no way Alan is writing messages to her. I don't even think any of the manuscript pages really mention her very much. And they certainly don't mention hidden messages in clouds and newspapers and things. But all of the stuff that she's saying is true. Like, she knows about the Taken and the Dark Presence. She knows that Saga's going to be the hero of this story. So, like, Rose writing herself into the manuscript even though it doesn't actually change anything. So that's a question. Taken is not a word that occurs outside the pages as far as I can tell. Yeah, not really. So I'm wondering, fanfic is an act of creation. That's true. What if she's writing her fanfiction and the Dark Presence is getting a hold of it? It can't do anything too malicious with it, but it's still kind of becoming real? She saved Alan with the light in the shoebox? Yeah, exactly. Like, he wouldn't have been able to escape without that light. So, like, she's doing helpful things. She knows way more than she should. But it's not Alan that's doing it. And I think it's meant to be a little bit unclear how this is happening. I think it's meant to be a little bit vague and kind of an open question where you're like, is Rose just like this because she's a weirdo? But, like, it's possible that Rose's writing is also affecting reality, to some small extent. I would find that interesting.
You need to get the residents out of here. It's not safe.
Oh, this kind of stuff rolls right off their backs. They've lived very rich lives. Very resilient.
Bunch of troopers.
But I already told everyone to wait at the designated muster point on the front porch. We run drills every few months. I'm so proud of them.
I'm impressed by how prepared you are.
We're pretty used to this kind of thing.
Who do you think Rose ships in her fanfics? Rose is writing problematic self-insert real person fanfiction. So she's in a love triangle with Alan Wake and Alan Wake's evil twin brother, Alan Wake. He's a werewolf. Oh my god. It's funny, but it's also true. Alan Jake. A werewolf. Uh-huh.
Old gods of Asgard. So Odin and Thor had a band and everything.
They sure did. Wash your heckin' paws. Keep the hands clean. It's good hygiene. Wash your paws. Uh-oh. That's a bad sign. Odin Anderson stirred in his bed. His vision was hazy, smudged. He felt weighted down by an ocean of dark water. Through the haze he made out Saga, Odin felt useless. He wished he could tell Saga how his silly faces made her smile when she was young. Too young to remember, Odin used to joke that Tor was her grandfather, but he was the All-Father. He smiled at that memory. Odin was the kinder of the Anderson brothers. Tor lacked patience, more volatile. The brothers fought a lot, but they were inseparable. Now Tor was missing, dragged into darkness. Odin could feel it. Time was running out for both of them.
The page mentions a missing record. Do you know where it is, Odin?
Driven by passion, raging like a storm. Your grandfather made the song to apologize. To your mother, Freya, and to you. Tor's like a storm. Your mother did the right thing, leaving with you, even if it broke your grandfather's heart. And mine. Listen to the song, Saga. It's all there. Tor only had one record made. He keeps it in the museum.
Odin knows my mom's name. He's saying my mom took me away when I was still a baby. Plausible.
I could still hear you.
The record is in the museum.
You haven't hung up yet. Saga? No, you hang up first. So are you okay? Alright, buddy? There's water dripping from above. I wonder what that's all about.
That woman in the painting looks like Mom. Was I born here? Or is this more of the story?
The Anderson farm. From the first game. Alright, so let's check out the Old Gods of Asgard Museum and Hall of Fame! Oh, drag 'em. Trashed hotels, rooms, and ruined pools. They haven't changed at all, have they? Legendary heavy rock band Old Gods of Asgard mourns the loss of their divinely talented guitarist Bob Balder. Aww. Tori Anderson had this to say: "Get the fuck out of my face. Balder is in Valhalla now. He fought cancer like a hero." You absolutely get to go to Valhalla for that. 100%. That's a fucking battle.
Anga's remorse. This is the one. But it's gone. Cynthia has the record. She will tell me where to find it.
Cynthia, where's Tor?
Cynthia targeted Tor specifically.
This behavior is unacceptable, young lady.
Deal with the nasty Anderson fellow. His heart was broken. Cancelled. Leaks started appearing. It was too late. Shut her out of her own case.
The dark presence is using Cynthia to keep me from talking to Tor. Where is Angus Remorse now?
Beauty is a young girl in love. A rock and roll cliche. The shadows to come alive. A gift. An on-off death wish.
She has the record. I can get it out of her. Angus Remorse. Where is it, Cynthia?
Drowned beneath dark water. Too many hands. The bathroom frightened her. Cut short. She screamed. An old folks' care home.
The Angus Remorse record is in Cynthia's room. In her bathtub.
We found it in a bathtub.
Cynthia took the record, and I brought it back.
We found it in a bathtub in Alan's section as well. However, Alan finds the heart first, the record second, and the mask third. Saga finds the heart first, the record second. No, the mask second and the record third. Hey Moon, how are you? Welcome on in, Raiders. It's good to see you, Everpony. How you doing? Hey, Ati. So, this door here, 306, has a symbol on it that we've seen before. It's on the writer's room in Alan's sections of the game. It's also one of the doors in the Ocean View Motel in Control.
Getting in is forbidden, for your own safety. Time is long for those who wait. But in the end, stand the thanks.
Sheesh, didn't see you there.
Thanks, Ati.
Damn lights.
No use crying in the dark place. What has been has gone. But trouble doesn't look like this. You can go to the basement and check the generator. But look out. You can never know in which tree the devil sits.
Sure.
The basement. Thanks.
I have to kind of need to ask, do you plan to make Bun plushies? I would love to. Pink did a really good design for one. But I would need to find someone to make it. Hang on a sec. Let me get you a nice image. Pink Cynicism does such good art. Go commission her. Here it is. Okay, this is the idea that Pink had for what a plushy bun might be like. And I really like this. I think it's really cute. It's super cute. I don't know how we'd go about getting that made though. Yeah. Find somebody to do that. Hope he's easily washable. Just put him in the jar, it's fine. He's getting tarted. Oh, like a plush tart would be great too. Still waiting for your Funko Pop. Again, I wish. Let me take a really quick break. Use the washroom, refill my water. And we'll get back to this section of the game. The impression page was thinking I was saying something way dirtier. That's where my mind went. I can't help it. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'll be right back. Julia, thank you for 22 months. Welcome back to the Court of Hearts, Your Majesty. Twitch was being fucky and not letting me use Prime. Oh, that's not a problem. Julia, thank you. Oh.
The thing is, I couldn't have a plushie of you, Bun. I'd be too concerned about you watching over me whilst I'm jerking off.
Ceiling Bun. It's coming out of the ceiling. Welcome back, thank you. It's an old meme. Vintage meme. Aged to perfection. Concerned? Nah. I might critique your technique, though. You could do better.
Anga's remorse is missing. Who took it?
Our shame becomes the pale horse. Oh, Tor, bro. Tor's love for you is in that song. That's why Cynthia wants it, to ruin him. She made Tor lust after her. We fought one scratching hag years ago. Now he's fallen for another, and we might lose him for good. One less Anderson.
That isn't going to happen. Cynthia has Tor in the overlap. Anger's remorse is the key to get there. I need to make Cynthia reveal its location.
It's our turn, bro. I have seen I have seen several adaptations of Norse mythology before. I have played God of War 2018. I've watched several movies. I have played the video game Too Human. So I've seen a couple of takes on characters like Thor and Odin. And I gotta say, I really like these ones. I think they're really unique. I think they're not like a lot of the other versions of these characters out there.
Fucking monsters.
Got Too Human as well? I do. No. It's terrible. I streamed it once. It's 1988, a face-off between deities. On the rim of Cauldron Lake, high above its dark waters, thunder roared. The old gods facing something even more powerful, something harder to define even. Or, changing the perspective, raving lunatics all. Caught up in the frenzy of a shared delusion, the old gods, the corsairs of the Sea of Night, and the Dark One who yearned to stand in between, who had always stood in between, who would soon stand in between. We help you. You stay away from our family, Tor Anderson snarled over the thunder. Yes, until you all come to me, came the answer. That's never gonna happen, shouted Odin. I will take this as collateral, so you'll remember our deal, said the Dark One. Blood arched from Odin's face as he fell to his knees. Lightning hit the dark figure on the cliff, and with that, he was gone. Tor rushed to his brother. Are you alright, bro? Effectively blind in that moment, the eye patch covered his left eye. His hand over the now empty socket of his right, blood oozing out of it. Odin cursed. The bastard took the wrong eye. So, 1, standing in between. 2, they said something about a man in the threshold. 3, we heard that Warlin Door disappeared on Cauldron Lake after getting struck by lightning sometime in the 80s. If you remember a conversation we had with Tim Breaker. This is what happened between Thor and Odin and Mr. Door. How can it be the wrong eye if it was the right eye? That's a great question. On stage, he wore an eye patch on his left side, but he took the right eye. This is also an allusion to, Odin of mythology giving up his eye for the ability to see the future. The Fae strike again. It is my interpretation still that Mr. Door is a voodoo Liwa. And I think this is not beyond their capacity. Is a what? A liwa. A voodoo spirit. An incarnation of Papa Legba.
Shit.
Never mind.
I need to get the power back on.
I was wrong earlier. That's, this is Bloom. Oh. Rip. Do you like the idea that all of the cultures are sort of true? There's a reason for that. Like, all mythology is a little bit true, partially because stories shape reality, the same way that reality shapes stories. Like, stories are based on the real. People hear stories, and it influences them. So through human intervention, stories become real. To a certain extent. And in this game, fiction and stories have the ability to literally become real. So of course all mythology is a little bit true. I'm not too familiar with voodoo stuff, but I'd be happy to learn about it. Real quick, here's what I know, and you could correct me, I could be wrong here. Because I'm not an expert in voodoo either. However, from what I know about Papa Legba, Papa Legba is usually depicted as an old man with a cane who appears at the crossroads. He is evoked at the beginning of almost all voodoo rituals because he is the communicator between the spirit world and the world that we inhabit. He is the one who guards the threshold between this world and the spirit realm. And so he's the one who has to give permission for every ritual. This game is very concerned with the idea of rituals with thresholds, with doors, with crossroads. All of these images are also related to Mr. Door as a character. There's a couple of other links that I would make between them. Yeah, Papa Legba is usually seen as a
Papa Legma? Balls.
Legma ball. I see. Papa Legba is usually seen as a positive entity. He's a helpful spirit. He facilitates communication, but and also he does things like babysits kids. He's Papa for a reason. He's sort of a fatherly influence, and he's one of the most positive and helpful spirits out there, which is awesome. I think he's great. However, like most mythology, voodoo was influenced by Christianity. The same way that Loki became seen as evil after Norse myths were written down by Christian scholars, Papa Legba is depicted in a lot of Christian mythology from the American South as being synonymous with the devil. He is sometimes known as the Crooked Man, the Dark Man. You, in Southern blues tradition, meet the devil at a crossroads. It's sort of a perversion of what is, in voodoo, a positive entity. is seen through sort of an American Christian lens as literally just the devil, also called Mr. Scratch. You will notice a lot of connections between that and the events and images being used in Alan Wake. You'll be able to draw a lot of parallels between these things. And I would also like to point out, this one's a little bit meta, but the character in this game, Warlin Door, or Mr. Door, is meant to be analogous to a character from Quantum Break called Martin Hatch. They are the same entity in two different universes, because Quantum Break involves multiverses. Martin Hatch is an amalgamation of all of his versions from other dimensions, sharing a single consciousness. Don't worry about it. Mr. Door is considered to be the same thing. Martin Hatch in Quantum Break, one sec. I just have to double check myself here. Because I don't want to get this wrong.
This is a special announcement from the principal. Bun is a cutie patootie.
Aw, heck.
Lucky Bun T.
Martin Hatch in Quantum Break is played by Lance Reddick.
Voodoo? More like voodoo me.
Lily, thank you for 40 months. Oh my goodness. Welcome back to the Court of Hearts, Your Majesty. And this is one of those kind of meta elements, but Lance Reddick also played Papa Legba in Season 2 of American Horror Story. So there's a connection there as well, even though it's kind of a meta one. That said, this game is not above using connections between actors in order to imply something deeper. Considering the way that Thomas Zane is played by the face actor of Alan Wake, Alan Wake's voice actor plays Casper Darling, and there are connections drawn between all of these characters because of that. It's not above using meta elements in order to imply relationships. So, I don't know. Read into that as much as you like. That's my spiel. That's all I know. Anyway.
So speaking of connections, has FBC Firebreak expanded the lore for either game or QB at all?
I don't think so. I'm gonna say no, but I haven't played enough of it to tell ya. I didn't have anybody else to play it with. I kind of just game by myself. Lance Reddick also plays Sylens in Horizon Zero Dawn Forbidden West, who is a wandering sage who is neither good nor bad, really. He does genuinely help Aloy. And he's also out for his own self-interest. Let me add another one for you here. Lance Reddick also plays a character who's named after a biblical demon, named Mr. Abaddon in the hit sci-fi drama Lost on ABC, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Oh! Again. Yeah, baby. Oh, man. Done it again. It's all connected. I can prove it. Oh my god. I missed Wednesday. What happened? We watched a Kate-isode. Kate sucks. And then we watched the first part of the finale. They launched the raft. The others are coming to kidnap Aaron. So, Locke told Jack about the hatch, and Jack and Hurley and Saeed and a new character named Arntz have all gone to the Black Rock to get dynamite so that they can blow open the hatch and presumably find shelter where they can hide from the others before they arrive. Anyway. Wheeler used to be an agent of a maniac, depressive celebrity writer. A manic depressive celebrity writer, Alan Wake. Wake had various addictions on his back, an on-off death wish. Wheeler had seen a thing or two. I like that Alan's writing this. This is fun. What could it mean? Wheeler paid a lot of money for a good shrink. Got himself convinced that all the nightmares he'd seen leading up to Wake drowning himself were just his imagination. PTSD. Now he had pills to keep those shadows from his sleep. But the Andersons were something else. The nightmares were starting to creep in again. Or maybe it was the drugs in the air. Wheeler hoped it was the drugs. The Andersons were so old. Vampires. After every gig and the party that followed, it took them weeks to bounce back. And they never did completely. Each time Wheeler expected them to croak. They partied too hard!
Fuse is blown. Maybe there are spares nearby.
So one of the reasons that the story is starting to affect Tor is because they're getting old. It's harder to resist. It's harder to fight back the narrative. Spare fuse is now locked away because someone, Opti, keeps stealing them. Coat is in the laundry room. It's very moist down here. Farty rock is in my pants tonight. Emmett Elwood had had enough. All his life he'd been surrounded by the same small-minded, impolite, ignorant people in town. Their endless gossip, their nose-picking, chewing food with their mouths open, not washing their hands after visiting the restroom, touching things, touching everything. The world was going to hell. He'd watch day after day how all the nice things in life, in Bright Falls, were spoiled and ruined forever. There would be a just and terrible reckoning. Emmett had imagined many times how he'd make them pay. He had lovingly tended his anger, made it grow hotter. He was out in the open now, ugly and slobbering. They reached at him with their unwashed hands. He'd beat them down, beat them until they no longer moved, and he'd wash his hands with a strong antibacterial disinfectant. Let me know. Emmett, is he on the radio show? I don't think that's a character we ever meet. House of Zane, renowned filmmaker, establishes artist commune in Bright Falls. Thomas Zane.
Thomas Zane looked just like Wake.
Yeah,
Is this why Odin
same
keeps
actor.
calling him Tom?
Radio's Pat Maine. I think Emmett's one of the guests, though. I could be wrong. Thomas Zane, born Thomas Sane in Finland, and his partner Barbara Jagger, born Baba Yakala. Emmett's resident. Oh, no, you're right. Yeah. have recently established an artist commune here in Bright Falls. Mr. Zane has purchased the old manor outside town, and the couple has already settled in. In his home country, and internationally as well, Mr. Zane is a well-known and respected auteur filmmaker, a rising star already compared to the likes of Stanley Kubrick and Ingmar Bergman. His earlier film, Nightless Night, Yurtenu, won a number of European Film Awards. Yurtenu. Mr. Zane is currently in the process of filming a feature entitled Tom the Poet. In conversation, Mr. Zane comes across as a charismatic figure with big dreams. He talks about building a hotel and a film studio in the area. He even has a name picked out for the hotel, Ocean View Hotel. This reporter believes the name has a nice ring to it. Mr. Zane's dreams would certainly make Bright Falls a household name if they became reality. Members of the commune clearly feel the same, seeing Zane as a person worth revering, even to a faintly cult-like degree. A person who guides his flock to expand their consciousness and reach a higher state of artistic inspiration with the aid of magic mushrooms. While the Bright Falls Record does not condone the use of illegal drugs, we hope Mr. Zane will help put our town on the artistic map. So, this game is gaslighting me. Anybody who's played Alan Wake 1 knows that Thomas Zane and Barbara Jagger arrived in town and spent the night at the Birdleg cabin on the lake as part of like a vacation. It was really similar to what happened with Alice and Alan. As far as I'm aware, I don't think they ever lived in this town. But now, the story has changed. Now Zane isn't a poet who took a vacation to a cabin on the lake. Now, he's a renowned filmmaker who bought a mansion in Bright Falls in order to form an artist's commune. It's fucking with my head.
Cynthia Weaver had always kept her lantern close. Someone in the bathroom with her. In the dark. Dark water pressed itself into her. She screamed.
What a mansion. Bright Falls Ocean View Motel. It's not a lake. It's an ocean. Cynthia Weaver hated being old. She'd been a doer, a fighter. Now the bathroom frightened her. Afraid she'd break her hip, like Norman. Cynthia had always kept her lantern close, to hold the darkness at bay. "Oh dear, my lantern. I think I've lost it," Cynthia said. "This will put a smile back on your face, my dear," a voice said. A man's voice. Someone in the bathroom with her, in the dark. The light bulb had blown. She meant to replace it days ago. How could she forget? She'd slipped getting out of the tub. She lay in the tub now. She lifted her hand. It looked wrong. Too many hands. In a black void with no sense of up or down, she was underwater. A dark shape pushed her down. Dark water pressed itself into her. She screamed. Came out in bubbles. Is Ocean View Motel the motel from Control? It is, yes. That nobody knows where it is? Yeah. Lay in the tub, lifted her hand. It looked wrong, too many hands. So what she's seeing is the refraction in the water that's causing this, like, optical illusion. And it's the same sort of effect we see when we fought that Taken in the rec room. I think this writing is why that Taken appears here. 2730. That's a bad noise. Don't like that. Fuse box puzzle count 2? I believe?
The power's off.
That's right. Does this door open? Yes, it does. Okay. Okay, I heard something in here.
There.
Have you replaced more
Powers.
fuses in video games or in real life? That's a great question. think I think real life. I've replaced a lot in video games though. Breakers don't count? Yeah, I agree. One is a carbonui? Exactly. I've replaced quite a few fuses in my cars before.
Back on.
Alright, we're gonna watch a movie real quick. Just a little one. Also, Tom the Poet! Oh, this poster is in the Alan Wake remaster? In a couple places? A terrifyingly strange dive into the dark depths of an artist's mind. A film by Thomas Zane. A pinprick light in an ocean of darkness. Barbara Jagger as the Dark Presence. Cynthia Weaver as the Lady of the Light. Emil Hartman as the assistant. Oh. Written and directed by Thomas Zane, based on a novel by Alan Wake. A Dark Place and Not a Lake Productions. So that's not possible. Thomas Zane made a film based on Alan Wake's book.
Is this something they watch on movie night? That looks just like Casey.
It does.
What the hell is going on?
That's a great question. Yeet and year. It's very good. Hey, I know those guys. What's the Cult of the Tree? John Maxwell.
Shit. Careful, Saga.
That film is fun for the whole family. And your clergy. That's rough, buddy. Is the rain getting worse? Through this Holy Trilogy, Cult of the Tree. Understandable. Well, maybe talk to Gen about it. He loves 5.
The nightmares were starting to creep in. Keep it coming.
Love the way that the Taken are reciting the words on the page. Okay, see, this is bad. Somebody did this. Somebody broke all our light bulbs. That's not good.
A lantern. Was Cynthia using it for protection? Did she know about the dark presence? A power station. Everyone needs a hobby, I guess. I feel like I'm missing some context here. I'm guessing the woman in this photograph was not Cynthia's favorite.
Zane and Barbara at Diver's Isle.
Tor's a romantic, huh?
Good job, Tor. You get us some chocolate.
The dark presence uses people's memories, their fears to corrupt them.
I went down to the basement today to check the lights. I can't trust Bloom to do it. He's too slow. It's getting harder and harder for me to reach them. I can't keep up much longer. Tom's lamp is gone. The lamp with the angel on it. He always loved that lamp. It disappeared from my room. The darkness is here, after all these years. It took Tom's lamp, I know it did. The lights are going out more and more. There's no one left to stop it. I can't do it on my own. Not anymore. I have nothing left of Tom now. I don't know what I'm going to do. I need Tom's lamp back. I need Tom back. That same picture showed Diver's Isle here. Did it in the newspaper? No. No, it was the same people, the same pose, but in front of this mansion instead of the island. That's an interesting point. The shadows are moving. There's no more light, no more lamps. I can't find my way out of my room. Someone locked the door. Did I lock it? Maybe Tom did. He probably did it to keep me safe. He's such a considerate man. Barbara doesn't deserve him. Tom could do so much better. Where did Tom's lamp go? I used to have it. I guess he took it back? That's fine. It was his after all. The shadows are moving. Did I write that? Nonsense, there are no shadows. It's just us, Tom and I. Forever. I found something funny while I was down there. An article about Tom, but it called him a filmmaker. Tom didn't make movies, he was a poet. A magnificent poet. I dug around and found film equipment, supposedly also Tom's. What is happening? This isn't right. I know it isn't. In Control, you can also find an audio log about Tom Zane in the AWE DLC. One in which Jessie remembers Tom Zane being a poet, and her therapist researches Tom Zane and finds only that he was a filmmaker.
Cynthia was close to someone named Thomas Zane. Who is he?
Tom was back. Tom had enemies. In a fancy hotel. Just his imagination. The nightmare started to creep in. Cynthia Weaver smiled.
An old flame. Maybe Tom was taken.
Somehow I doubt that.
A dam? Was Cynthia into civil engineering?
Cynthia would deal with the nasty Anderson fellow, Tor, always poking people with his hammer. He had it coming.
Ooh. The record in the bathtub. So this mirrors the scene we saw in Alan's scenes, obviously. But I wanted to bring up the question again, which is, now that we know that Saga's power isn't necessarily profiling, that it's doing something else, do you think that by filling out the evidence on her board, we have caused this record to appear? Do you think Saga's mind place is influencing reality? Piecing together parts of the story into a narrative that ends up with this record being in the bathtub?
Anger's remorse.
Because it has
by
to be.
Old gods of Asgard.
Because that's the only thing that makes sense. Because that's where the evidence leads.
The dark water pressed itself into her.
Cynthia's going all out here. Rock around the rocking chair. Valhalla Nursing Home. Coffee of the year? Question mark? It's narratives in the psychological sense. Yeah. Yeah. Do the characters ever speak to us? Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Too many hands. Yeah. I think, okay, so talking about the narratives that Saga is putting together, the word saga is a reference to not just like the Norse myths, but also tales of the Vikings. The way that they recorded their histories was as sagas. They were tales of great families, important names, and heroic characters. This game functions kind of similar to that. Like, there are, like, the Doors and the Andersons and, like, Casey. Like, there are important names. There are important families. There are, heroes and adventures. We're constructing something of a saga. But the name Saga is actually a reference to one of Frigg's handmaidens, who is a Viking goddess of history, mythology, and stories. And I think that's what Saga Anderson, the name, is a specific reference to. I think what she's doing on her plot board is not putting together evidence into to solve a mystery. It's a series of plot points that fit together to make a story. She's connecting them with thread because what she's doing is weaving a narrative. She's a storyteller. It's an art.
Hey, Saga! Welcome to the emergency muster point!
Is there anyone who didn't show up?
A few. Artie, Gil, Cynthia.
If they aren't here by now, then they aren't coming. It's important to be punctual. On that topic, I'd like to point out that our nightly decaf coffee service is almost half an hour behind schedule.
Hello there. Are you Pat Maine from the radio?
That's me. And you're the federal agent everyone's been talking about. Would you have time for an interview at some point?
Oh, sorry. I'm kind of in a hurry right now. Love your show, though. very informative.
Thank you. Never a compromise on quality. That's my motto. We'd be happy to have you on the show anytime, me and my listeners.
Some other time.
Mandy May, are you all right? You're bleeding.
Oh, how did that happen?
Oh, no, Mandy May. Oh, no!
Oh, don't be a crybaby, Norman. It's nothing. I just poked my finger knitting this monster of a blanket.
Alright, y'all stay on the porch then. It's Pat Maine from the first game. Have you noticed that all of the sort of notable Taken, like Agent Nightingale from the beginning of the game, Thornton and Mulligan, Cynthia Weaver, all these characters, like all these important Taken, are from the first game? They're people that Alan would have known? Alan records the narratives before they've even happened. Saga predicts the narratives after the fact in versions of how it should work. Yeah, kinda, yeah.
The song will show me the way.
Look in the mirror, the cobweb of my soul, on my face forever, seeking to be whole, driven by passion, raging like a storm, with thunder and lightning and hubris. I was born. Hot and vain, there is to take it all. Blind to your pain, your wounds, mine.
Oh, it's a bop!
The overlap is at the point. Here we go again.
When our shame becomes the pole, the stories
Aww. It reacts to the music. Darkness ether confirmed. Darkness could be ether. The Taken? They could be ethereals. Oh! Oh, especially the way miasma works, because it causes your, like, it causes you to, like, hallucinate your fantasies, and then, okay, wait a minute. Zenless is just Alan Wake. Okay, I see. God, that song is so good. I think I need to stop saying that one too. I have to come up with more transitions, because I keep saying, here's the thing, here's something I find interesting, or like... like, I just keep doing, I keep going back to them. I'm gonna stop it. You'll notice in this game that in order to access the overlaps, we're always using a piece of art. For the first time, we had to get the heart in order to put it into a sign, which had an illustration on it, right? That one's a little more tenuous, a little more vague. The next one we had to complete a parade float. This one we needed to find a song. Good phrases for us to perk up, but I get what you mean. Well, thank you. We know what the W stands for? Oh, it's a wake engine. It's kind of cool, alright? Alright, fuckers, how about this brain blast? Yeah, that works. I think that what the game is trying to do with this is to associate these gaps in reality, a threshold between the real and the imaginary. The world of shadows and the world of objects are separated by art. They're a way that we communicate between these two sort of things. Like, you can never exist outside of the world of forms. Everything that you interact with in your day-to-day life is tangible. You can't exist in the world of ideas. The subconscious is beyond you. The way that we communicate that between others is by using art. To take ideas from the realms of the intangible, the subconscious, and to put them into a form that they can be experienced in the real world. I guess how I want to say that. Okay, let me put it this way. Tor felt sorry, he felt sad, he felt lonely, he felt angry. He had all of these emotions and complex thoughts about what he did and how he felt about his relationship with Freya. He couldn't express those in any way but making them into a song. Right? Because they existed inside him, in his head, in him.
I'm sick of all these forms. Tangibles are boring. Why do I have to constitute my thoughts and feelings into something accessible to others in our shared reality?
Yeah!
Smell you later, corporeals.
Fuck the corporeals. Art implicitly encodes sub-explicable information. I would... something like that, yeah. Bright Falls record. Local girl Nora Hesberg, age 15, went missing on Saturday. Discovered dead in the sealed underground bunker near Valhalla nursing home in Bright Falls. This is like a local urban legend, like a ghost story kind of a thing. There is a bunker off the shore that I believe you can find. Some of the maps here. This one's got the Valhalla nursing home. No, not that one. This one. Yeah. I think it's this building over here. It's like in this area. Existing as a being of pure thought and goodness, because thinking wrong is just not Christian. Mm-hmm. You can't explicitly explain what red is, but you can encode what red means via art. That's a good way of putting it, yeah. If we talk about empiricism again, if we talk about Hume, we've got ideas and we've got impressions. The only way that we can communicate an idea to someone who hasn't experienced them or can't create a complex idea out of them is to create something that has the impression that we want to share. Yeah. If we have an idea in our head, the only way we can't communicate that to someone who doesn't have that. So, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. We would turn that into a physical object that grants an impression of the thing to an onlooker. Welcome to the Ocean View Hotel and Spa. It's sarcastic.
This isn't real. Fuck this place.
Beware the drowned lady.
A dead end.
Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. Huh? I'm out. I'm outie 5,000. I'll take that. I hear you. Got him. Aw, man, I love this minigame from Alan Wake 1. Rip. That's on now. So now I can pull this lever, that's right. Let there be lights.
The wall just disappeared. The light did that?
Oh, right. You can get through that door now. Bam!
Closer. Destroy. The only way.
Oh, this again. Hmm.
It's a loop, like the others. I need to reach the center.
Maybe it's a spiral.
Cynthia. She's here.
That's interesting, though. Hmm. Caught in an endless time loop. In Night Springs. Solar system in your soup. I think I found a dead end. Okay. Hmm. God, that Night Spring song is so good.
Locked. The key has to be nearby.
I don't think I like this moose basement. No, it's concerning. It's not a great basement. It's a little unfinished. Wait, do I want this old-fashioned? No? Because then I can't get through that door. Hmm. I forget. Mocha Moose is looking to make beans from your bones. Poor Mocha Moose. Hmm. Oh, right. Keys. I should have just been looking through the drawers. Bolt cutters. Chain. Bolt cutters. Is it just me, or is Fury Road like one of the best movies ever made? It's just fucking great. It's so good. Alright, now nothing can stop me from getting to this. Oh. An argument can be made? It can indeed, yes. A few movies I went to ever see multiple times when I was in theaters, yeah. I think I saw it 3 times? Hmm.
Writing a story.
What other movies have I seen more?
Back again. Gotta go deeper.
Tor?
Tor!
Where are you?
Tor, remember your safe word.
It's so dark. Oh, I'm sorry, kiddo. The hag tricked me.
Tor, I'm here! I'm coming!
Chosen one! Hey, Cynthia.
Dark water.
You took Tor. I'm here to take him back. I need to get the lights on to reach him.
Saga. It's so damn dark down here.
Hmm.
I'm underwater. She's trapped me at the bottom. I don't think I'm gonna make it.
You're gonna be fine.
Shit. Where'd she go?
I'm coming! Ducky? I feel like that's probably the duck from Control.
I can't stay in the water.
That duck is an altered object. Perhaps indicating that this is a bath. Metaphorically. Yeah.
See, Tor, this is why you have to go straight to the master plan.
She's coming.
You tell him. Learning about rubber ducky isopods today? Oh. That sounds cute.
Shit! I gotta get out of the water. There must be a way to get the power back on.
Okay. Fuse box.
Shit!
Whee! I think I might have done this wrong. Rubber ponies with rubber ducky faces? That's amazing. Probably go back here. No? Hmm. Damn, Dark Place has got hands. Okay, none of these have power. I want to make AU where it's almost completely the same series of events but completely mundane. Hmm. Dang, Dark Place. Oh, maybe there. Okay. Yeah, there it is. I don't know if I've ever taken 2 laps around this place before. This is what streaming brain does to you.
Hold on!
Whew. Okay, that was a little close. Probably cut that one a little bit close.
It's cold. Dark. I can't see a goddamn thing. Tell Odin. I'm sorry I fucked everything up.
You can apologize to him yourself. I'm getting you the hell out of here.
Uh-oh. I think Cynthia's mad. There you are. Whoop. Uh-oh. Oh geez, I've taken way too much damage here. How did that happen? Is that how it goes? Awake? I'm having a good time. Whoa, jeez. She's got like combos. Don't love that. Oh, jeez. This creepy bunker, lovely. Yeah, it's a good time. Love being in a creepy bunker. Okay, there we go. That fight's only slightly annoying on the harder difficulties. Which I mean, really annoying.
You again. The FBI. Saga Anderson. I'm closer now. I can feel it. You helped me get closer to escaping.
Wait. Where are you? Is this coming from the dark place when you were still trapped? I have the clicker. We can finish this.
Without the clicker. You can help. You must find it.
I already have it. I can get it to you. But I have to understand. Did you write Logan into the story?
Lad's in danger. I need to get back. I'm writing a story. It's the only way.
Then change the story. If this is the past, if this is you still in the dark place, then you can do that, right? You cannot write her in. She's my daughter, goddammit! Logan is in the story. I can get him to change it. I have the clicker. I'll make him change it now. He had no right to do this to Logan.
Keep posting through it, Alan.
To my family.
It'll work.
Tor.
Oh, fucking hell.
Are you okay?
You alright?
Hey, you took your sweet time to come save your grandpa, huh?
Nice attitude. A family trait?
You're right. Sorry.
He's got a Poets of the Fall
Thanks for helping out an old bastard
patch
like
on his
me.
jacket. I like it.
That's my job. Now, I've got some questions for you.
Of course you do, sweetie pie. And I got answers.
Look in the mirror, the cobweb of my
soul,
on my face forever, seeking to be whole, driven by passion, raging like a storm, with thunder and lightning, and the hubris I was born, blood-hot and vain, I rest to take
I'd like to raise a point. I feel there's something to be said for how every supporting character, even the really hopeful ones, from the first game have all met some really tragic fate thanks to the dark presence. See.
Yes. Agreed, yeah. Cynthia Weaver, even Sheriff Breaker is just gone, right? Kirby stage lighting thing. That would be kind of cool. But yeah, no, you're totally right. I've pointed out that some of the important boss characters in here are all characters from the first game. Nightingale, Mulligan and Thornton, Cynthia Weaver. But yeah, things don't seem great for a lot of the characters in here. Rose seems to be doing okay. I think we gotta arrest Rose. That's none of my business. I'm from the FBI. That's none of my business. It's a local police issue. You're literally the FBI? Did she kill someone in a different state? Then it's not my problem. Would it be better or worse if Barry was also taken? Oh, way worse! Oh my god! Poor Barry. That's fair. Yeah, was she trafficking drugs across, like, state lines? That is not my problem. I do want to point out that that conversation we just had with Alan was Alan's second conversation with Saga, and Saga's third conversation with Alan. Because the timeline is switched around. I think that's where some of the confusion is. The Dark Place, during the overlaps, communication between Saga and Alan is facilitated, but the way that some of it is redacted breaks down the communication between the two of them. Like, I do want to hate Alan for including Logan in this story. However, he doesn't get the information that Saga tells him not to include Logan in the story because of the way that these conversations are garbled. And these two characters are not able to communicate with each other fully. What a good game.
We need to talk.
Damn right. Lots for me to explain. But not here. The night's got ears. We can have our talk in your head. You have a room there, right?
How do you know about that?
I'm your grandfather. What don't I know?
Oh my god, I love Tor.
You know about my mind place? How is that possible?
We all have the power. Find the truth. Damn right I do. Odin already told you you're a seer. You can gaze into their heads, see the truth. See past the lies. Past this bullshit horror story. Us Andersons aren't bound by it. You can fight it. Don't be the story. Make the story.
It's true. I am a seer. I have a power. My mind place is more than I thought it was.
Oh, it's an excellent.
This isn't my intuition. Yeah. I'm seeing their thoughts. Is this why I know the truth about Logan? While everyone else forgot?
What does Tor's mind place look like? Oh, it's a mead hall, for sure! It's a big longhouse? Like... 100%. Easy call. I wonder who Tor is singing to. So, Tor is singing to Freya. We know what happened between Mr. Door, Tor, and Odin, because this document right here is about a confrontation between Tor, Odin, and Mr. Door in 1988. When Tor says, "We help you, you stay away from our family." And then as part of that deal, Mr. Door takes Odin's eye.
A big meat haul, and the case files are pictured coasters. See.
Aww. Hell yeah. Tor's mind place is the sex dungeon and you know it. Odin's is the mead hall. I mean, there could be a sex dungeon in it. I don't know. But yeah, this was the confrontation between Thor and Odin. Freya and Thor were in a relationship. They had Saga together. Thor and Odin chased Thor away, and Freya was understandably hurt by this. So Thor and Odin apologize or Thor apologizes to Freya.
You said you were my grandfather. If that's true, why wasn't I told about you?
You were part of our fucked up family way before this horror story. I was a shitty fucking dad to Freya. Your mom didn't deserve that. Not one bit. Things were said and done. Not a day goes by I haven't regretted it. But that fucking father of yours didn't make things any easier. I know Freya is gone. So I need to apologize to you. I am sorry, Saga.
I can see he's sorry. Mom said she didn't want anything to do with my grandfather. And that my father died before I could remember. It all matches. Thor and Odin are part of my family.
Is Thor mad at Alan in his storyline at this point? Yes. Because Alan has roped Saga into the story. Yeah.
You said you were a shitty father to my mom. Is that why she left?
Freya never looked back. My girl was strong. Freya always thought our powers had a dangerous side. Odin and me did fuck with things that should not have been fucked with. Your mom had common sense. She raised you right. Kept you safe. I'm not surprised she didn't tell you about the Anderson power.
She was always protecting me. Whenever I told my mom about my mind place, she called it make-believe. I wish she'd been more honest with me. At least towards the end. Mom wouldn't talk about my father. You knew him?
Some doors are better left closed. Your dad was a complicated bastard. Always thinking too many steps ahead. That's not how we work. There was trouble and...
We just fly by the seat of our pants.
Then he was gone. I didn't handle it well. Freya didn't want anything to do with me after that. I can't blame her.
I never knew my dad or my mom's family. So many broken relationships in my past. I won't lose mine. With Logan. With David. I won't stop until they're safe.
It's both made Saga in danger and unmade Logan as a result. Dora tells me he's stupidly obsessed with rules and pointless loops. That's one of the things. So, Alan is partially stuck in the narrative because of the way that he conceives of narratives, right? He can only kind of escape from the dark place as a hero's journey. The first game is a Greek catabasis, and this game is an anabasis, or it's trying to be. Catabasis and anabasis being a Greek story about traveling to the underworld to save a loved one. Anabasis is the return from the underworld to the world of the living. Anyway, that's kind of the only way that, like, he can conceive of this story going, because he's stuck in these tropes and rules and narratives. Whereas Saga is a little more postmodern. She's kind of able to understand these tropes, understand these rules, and then is able to decide when and where they could and should be broken. I don't know if the Dark Place's powers are actually as set in stone as Alan believes they are. It's unclear.
I have the clicker. Can I use it to save my daughter?
An amp? Get your guitar roaring and your drums crashing. Blow reality's eardrums. Just the light switch isn't enough. It's Tom's story we're dealing with, so he's gotta be the one to rewrite it. After that's done, he can flick that switch to bring the whole thing home, baby.
I can't use the clicker without Wake. Tom, meaning Wake, he needs to rewrite the story first. I can't stop the horror story without him.
Where were we?
Figured all this out already. So
Bam.
this goes here, and that goes there.
I'm the hero. I'm Orpheus, but that trope is... that means I'll fall. I'll fail. Yeah, basically.
Yep. Already got the answers to these.
He's got to do something different.
Shouldn't spend time on old questions.
You know what he really needs is an editor. Okay.
I already took care of all this.
Last thing I want to say for tonight is that I believe
Wake wrote Logan into the story. He had no right to use her like this. There is still time to make him fix it. I won't give him a choice. Tor's here, in the overlap. Gotta find him and get the fuck out.
it's my interpretation of this game, what it's trying to say, is that Alan doesn't have the ability to create the type of art that will make a positive change in this world. And part of the reason for that is because he's working by himself. The way that true creativity works is a collaborative process, not just between an artist and other works of art, but between an artist and other artists. They require input. They require the creativity of others, inspiration, conversations, immersing yourself in other works of art, using that to create your own. He did have an editor in the first game, but yeah. But the reason that Alan can't escape from the dark place, the reason he can't bring himself out of his depression, is because he's trying to do it by himself. And in this game, it's going to take Alan, Tor and Odin, Saga, Alice, and others all working together, creating their own types of art to collaborate in order to get him out of there. in order to prevent this darkness from escaping and taking over the world, right? Artists don't exist in a vacuum. They must interact with other artists and society. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. And part of that is...
You gotta get weird in a hotel room with a poet who it's impossible to take seriously.
Exactly.
But somehow is actually okay at what he does. But the poet can't be also you in superposition or that doesn't count.
Yeah, that's a problem, isn't it? Yeah, his collaboration with Zane goes some places. We'll talk about it. Next time, we're going to go through the theater and see what Zane's been working on. And we're going to watch a 15-minute art film. There's just like a 15-20-minute film in the middle of this game. We're going to watch it, and then we're going to talk about it. But yeah, you have to be able to, collaborate, borrow techniques, share inspiration, have conversations. Like, all of this stuff is how art gets made. You can't do it in a vacuum. You can't do it by yourself. You can't do it locked in the writer's room. And an important part of that is getting artists from other backgrounds who aren't like you, who make other art. There's differences between, Alan and the works that are produced by, like, Tor and Odin, by Saga. Like, all of these characters are very different. They're very diverse. They're coming from different places. They're saying different things. And they're all contributing to a canon of work that exists in society at large. Forge Master Nerissa, thank you for the follow. My foreign whiskers. Appreciate it. I wonder why a video game could explore collaboration between different types of artists. Exactly! I think part of the conversation around this game is the fact that people say that Sam Lake made the video game Alan Wake and Control. When in actuality, Sam Lake is a director of 100 other artists who are all contributing to this work. They are making music, photos, animations, voice acting, writing. There are so many different types of art being meshed into this single piece, into this single work with a message that is part of all of these artists' souls put together, right? You mean he didn't solo dev this? Exactly, right? Like, Sam Lake is kind of an auteur, right? He is the director of this piece, but this piece is a collaboration.
Making flying eagle marionettes that work great but also look crappy on purpose.
Exactly. Somebody had to make those commercials. Somebody had to make these photographs. Somebody had to program these systems. And all of these people are artists that are contributing their voices, their experiences, and their talents to this singular work. And it doesn't always have to be one singular work, but obviously, like, there are writers who write prompts that then...
You're making my man of art / history very sad with this talk bun.
That's why I think that this game is anti-fascist. Because it's deconstructing the idea that there is a great man of history, and instead is a collaborative process of using art to shape society for the better. Fuck yes. Man, I love
Thanks for
Alan
telling
Wake.
me this, Tor. I need to go find Wake to stop this.
The old gods of Asgard will be ready to help. Me and my bro will bring the rock when you need it. Remember, your daughter is alive. Just kept from you by this bullshit horror story.
I needed to hear that. Thanks, Grandpa.
Oh, this is like when Rousseau tells Hurley that the numbers are cursed and then he hugs her. Which chapter is this? We are almost to chapter 6. This one's 5, I believe.
Worry about me, kiddo. I'll drag my sorry ass over to Odin. A few shots of the Andersons' finest will fix us both up. See you soon, Saga.
The FBC is holding wake at the sheriff's station. I need to make Agent Estevez understand. They have wake and I have the clicker. We have to work together to stop this. Casey. Do you read me, Casey? Damn it. Where are you, Casey?
Boy, I hope Casey's okay.
Focus, Saga. Get to the station. To wake.
I'm stuck on 3. Stuck how? Let me know, maybe I can help you out. She's Melina. Thank you for the follow, my friend Whiskers. Alcohol can fix anything. I'm wondering if the alcohol is how they got into this predicament in the first place. I think they might have contributed. Sorry, Pupper. Cauldron like moonshine specifically? Yeah, yeah. Concerning. You know what? To my previous point, the dark place in this game, the dark presence, could not have been defeated without Rose writing cringy-ass, self-insert, problematic real-person fanfiction. Without her doing that, the dark presence would have succeeded. Let me put it that way. You know what we could have done without, though? Yako and Ilmo's fucking... shitty-ass commercials. Because one of these is made with profit in mind. One of these is made from a creative spark. They are masterpieces. I do love them. However, I don't know if they're contributing to... Poster of Ati. I love Ati so much. Oh my god. Write more Sonic fanfiction? Got it? Yeah, absolutely. Fucking do it.
Never let them censor your grossest, most problematic
all of the
work.
sexiest cartoon rabbits.
Exactly. Thank you, Sweet Pea. Oh, they totally are, yeah. You write the nastiest fanfiction you can. Fucking enjoy it. Oh my goodness. Thank you for the tips, Sweetie. Oh my goodness. I do appreciate that. I spent my whole paycheck this week. I needed to buy energy drinks. I needed to pay Matt. I needed to pay for my car insurance. And I paid my internet bill. And that was my whole check. So I appreciate it. There's some Mega Bonk with my cat on my lap. Thank you for streaming. Thank you for being here. Thank y'all so much for hanging out. Oh my goodness. I definitely appreciate all y'all spending some time with me tonight. hanging out, playing some Alan Wake. I think we've got, let me see, 2 more sessions of this. Because I think I can get done with Alan's last chapter. Saga's next part is pretty short. And then we'll do the finale as its own stream. Yeah, I think we got 2 more of this. In the meantime, I think that Matt is almost done with the Silent Hill 3 video for YouTube. So hopefully, in the next couple weeks, I will be able to tell y'all that that's up. And you can watch me talk about Silent Hill 3 for like 4 hours. If you feel like it, I guess. If you want. I'm lost on this story, but it seems good. You could be playing this game right now and still be lost on this story. It's a wild one. I really like it. I do think it's understandable. But, it is doing things differently than a lot of other media that I consume. I like it and I like talking